Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Danger Dave, and welcome to my channel. Now, deciding where to start reviewing video games was a lot more of a daunting task than I ever thought possible. I mean, where do I even start? The possibilities are basically endless. Do I start with a new game so you guys can see gameplay of it and hear exactly what I have to say about it? Or I could look at a bad game. I know people really love to watch other people rage on the internet. Or I could play one of my all-time favorite games, and so you can see me gush all over it and hear exactly why I love it so much. And then I thought, no. There's really only one place to start. At the beginning. The very first video game that I ever played and got me into gaming as well. Super Mario Bros. For the NES. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's this game that's responsible for making me the gamer I am today. So, without further ado, let's go! Now, Super Mario Bros. Isn't actually the first time we saw Mario in a video game. Mario actually made his video game debut in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, where Mario is out to rescue his girlfriend, Pauline, who has been kidnapped by Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was extremely popular in the United States, and in 1983, Mario got his very own title, Mario Bros., which has Mario and Luigi cleaning out the sewers of New York City from pests that infest it. And really, this is the closest thing that either Mario or Luigi get to doing anything related to plumbing in the games. The sales for it were mediocre at best, and it's really nothing to write home about. Then, in 1983, the video game industry actually crashed and was considered a fad and dead by companies and retailers both. However, that didn't stop Nintendo's determination to produce a cartridge-fed console, and on October 18th, 1985, the Nintendo Entertainment System was released in North America, and Super Mario Bros. Launched with it, directed by Shigeru Miyamoto, who also designed it alongside Takashi Tezuka on the left, and Koji Kondo as the composer of the catchy music on the right, making Nintendo the market leader in America for video games for years to come, not only saving gaming, but changing the world as well. Our story takes us to the Mushroom Kingdom, when one day it's invaded by Bowser, King of the Koopas, a tribe of turtles famous for the use of black magic. The Mushroom People, who are also known as toads, are turned into stones, bricks, and even piranha plants. Wait a minute. I'm sure that's fine. You know what? Just don't even think about it. Bowser then kidnaps the princess, who's the only one who can restore the Mushroom Kingdom. However, all is not lost, as the plumber named Mario hears of this and sets out across the Mushroom Kingdom to defeat the evil Bowser and rescue the princess. Sure, this is a simple plot, one that Nintendo will continue to use to this very day. I mean, I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it, but it was very common back then for games to be about gameplay first and story second. Jumping into the gameplay, Super Mario Bros. Is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. It's up to you to guide Mario through each of the worlds, defeating enemies, avoiding obstacles, and jumping from platform to platform to reach the flagpole at the end of every level. There are 8 worlds, all with 4 levels, with the 4th one ending in a castle and a showdown with Bowser. Or, I guess, a fake Bowser? At least until you reach the last castle. Oh, also, Toad yells at you in every castle that the princess is in another castle. Thanks, Toad. I would have never figured that out. Since, you're not the one I'm looking for. You can run with the B button and jump with the A button. I usually have the run button held down for most of the game, as I like to speedrun a lot of the levels. Throughout the game, hidden in blocks, you can find a variety of power-ups to help you on your journey, starting with the iconic Super Mushroom. Mario grows bigger and can take an extra hit. But if you take a hit as regular Mario, you'll lose a life, so watch out. And if you lose all your lives, it's game over and back to World 1-1 with ya. A 1-up mushroom that grants you an extra life. Coins that are scattered throughout the levels and in blocks. If you collect 100 of them, you'll earn an extra life, so it pays to be greedy. A Starman that turns Mario into a seizure-inducing plumber of invincibility for a few seconds. And by far the best power-up in the game, the Fire Flower. Not only giving Mario a palette swap, he also gains the ability to throw fireballs that can nuke almost any enemy, including Bowser. But some enemies are immune, like Buzzy Beetles. Jeez, what is with the vegetation in this world? Like, how does a flower give you the ability to throw fireballs, and a mushroom that makes you grow bigger? Wait, mushrooms? Is Mario just tripping out this whole time? That'd be one crazy trip. Anyway, along the way, you'll have to deal with many of Bowser's minions, like the Goomba, that poses no real threat to Mario and can easily be stomped on. The Koopas, which are turtles that retract inside their shells when stomped on, but will re-emerge if left alone for a few seconds. They also come in a Koopa Paratrooper variant that can fly or jump high. The green ones are the normal ones and will walk right off a cliff. However, the red ones will hang out on the platform they're on, so be mindful of that. After you stomp on them, you can kick their shells into other enemies, but watch out, as the shell can ricochet off walls and hit you too. Buzzy Beetles that are basically Koopas, but you can't kill them with your fireballs, as I said earlier. Lakitu that throws Spinies that you can't jump on without getting hurt. Fricking annoying bloopers. Cheep Fish. Bullet bills that will fly across the screen from cannons. Piranha plants that come out of pipes. And then there's these dickheads. The Hammer Bros. My God, the Hammer Bros. I hate these guys. They jump up and down randomly, throwing hammers, and are incredibly hard to stomp on without getting hit. Your best bet is to use a Fire Flower or run underneath them, or you can boop them from below. This Hammer Bro at 8-4 is particularly annoying. He's the true final boss of the game, folks. Mario can also enter some pipes to continue the level or find secret areas, even if there's a piranha plant in there. Huh. Weird. The game does get progressively harder as you go along at a natural pace, with World 8 being the hardest level of the worlds. The main levels consist of platforming levels, the underground levels, and a few underwater levels, as well as a couple of bridge levels where Cheep Fish will fly up from below. Now, these levels aren't particularly troubling, except the ones in 8-4, but obviously as these are the hardest levels in the game. It's the castles that are the most hazardous to your health, with plenty of obstacles like potobos, fire bars, and it's not really a particularly long game. You can beat it in about an hour or so. But even if you do get a game over, you can find these warp zones to get you back to where you last left off. Also, you can play 2-player, with the second player playing as Luigi. He's basically a Mario clone. Now, the soundtrack is a little bit limited, but it's also iconic and incredibly catchy, so it's all good. Really, my only gripe with the game is Mario feels a tad slippery. You see, he takes a few steps when he lands a jump, and it's not much, but it can make some precise platforming a bit tricky. For as long as I can remember, I've been a Mario fan. This Italian plumber might have the personality of a loaf of bread, and have all his time spent rescuing this kidnap-prone princess. Like, seriously, what is the deal? It's been shown in Smash Bros. That she can fight. So why doesn't she fight back? Like, seriously, hit Bowser in the face with a frying pan. Chuck a toad at his face. Anything. Whatever. Mario has some fantastic fantastic games and is still a prominent video game icon to this day. Sure, it definitely shows its age, but it's an all-time classic that kicked off an overwhelmingly successful video game franchise, one known around the world. Like seriously, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in the world who doesn't know who Mario is. And it's this game where it all started. However, can I recommend this game to other gamers? Oh yeah, Super Mario Bros. Is a game that I think every gamer should play through at least once in their life. And if you prefer better looking graphics, you can play the All-Star version, which adds a lot of graphical details, and it makes for a very beautiful game. Now, originally I planned on continuing the Mario Bros. Reviews with Mario Bros. 2 USA. But you know what? Going back and playing a classic game I played as a kid has sort of filled me with nostalgia. And I kind of want to go back and play more games I played back then and see if they still hold up today. So, ladies and gentlemen, all month long, it's Nostalgia Month. And you see, Mario kicked off the whole platforming mascot thing for gaming. And in the 90s, everybody and their mother had to have a platforming mascot. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be looking at this 90s platformer, Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. I played a ton of this back then, and admittedly I don't go back to this one as much as other Sonic games, but I'm eager to spin my way back in and see if it holds up today. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.